Jack is gonna look more mature. She's gonna have a little bit longer hair, and she's gonna be wearing a little more clothes. She's not gonna be so revealing. The environment changes all the time. There's what I call attention grabbers. It's kind of like in Gears of War 3. I don't if you guys haven't played Gears of War 3. It's when you're running, you're in the gameplay, and all of a sudden there's like almost like a cinematic going on, but you're still in control. And then all of a sudden at the bottom, it says Y, like press the Y button. And I'm talking about Xbox. I don't know about everything else, but you press the Y button, and then your character looks at the attention grabber, where the game wants you to focus. Your renegade scars and red eyes will transfer to Mass Effect 3 if you had them in Mass Effect 2. The weapon sound effects have been drastically improved, and I've heard them. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard them too in the demos. They sound so much better. They sound really, really good. All sounds have been completely improved, but the weapon sounds, they've really been focusing a lot on that. Ashley or Caden, depending on which one survived, are Specters. Now, I haven't been able to confirm this 100%, but almost everywhere I see people saying that they're going to be Specters, and some people say that Bioware has confirmed it, but I've never seen this interview where Bioware has confirmed this. But a lot of people say it's because on Caden's armor, you could see the Spectre symbol on it. I've looked at Caden's armor, and in reality, and where the symbol should be, it's kind of like there's a glare on it, like a light glare, and you can't see the symbol very well. So I don't know. I'm thinking it's more of a yes, they are going to be a Spectre, but it's not 100% confirmed. At least not that I've looked for this. If you guys know that it has been 100% confirmed, that BioWare said yes, they are going to be Specters, let me know, because I've looked for it and all I see is people saying this, like rumors. So this still could be a rumor. The weapon and armor customization options that were available in Mass Effect 1 will be returning, but with the practicality of Mass Effect 2. And not just for you, but for your squad mates as well. Biotics are stronger. All weapons from Mass Effect 2 will return, plus some new ones. Weapon benches are included. We've seen these in the demos, where you could customize your weapon to however you want. Not all the customizations go on all weapons. Some are weapon particular. Shooting specific body parts of enemies will have special effects. Enemies, especially Cerberus agents, react like Shepard does in combat. So there's a smart AI system here, and they work as a team. Like the Cerberus agents, they go out like Shepard were with a team. So they work with each other. So they are harder. You could pilot the Atlas mech if you take out the driver without destroying the mech. Kai Lang from the book Retribution will be making an appearance, and he's going to be after Shepard. He's going to be working with Cerberus because that's what he was doing in the books. He was working for the Elusive Man. Reload is back with thermal clips from Mass Effect 2. The Collector's Edition was rumored to add a Prothean character, but officially it just adds a mission. We don't really know anything about a Prothean anymore, so that's still up in the air. Each class has a special Omni tool or heavy melee move. So far only the Adept doesn't use the Omni Blade for this special skill. It's always lethal, but just don't try it on like an Atlas mech. The Soldier has the Omni Blade. The Sentinel has the double Omni Blade. The Engineer has the Omni Burn. And the Adept has the Biotic Punch. As for the other ones, we don't know yet. All the classes can carry up to 5 weapons, but only the Soldier can do so without a penalty. The others rely on weapon slots. For example, the Vanguard has up to 3 weapon slots, not including heavy weapons. I hate weapon slots, but whatever. The interrupts are back, but they're improved. Most races will have a form of husk. The Batarians are the cannibals. And the cannibals are a mesh of a group of Batarians, like a bunch of them. It's not just one Batarian, it's different Batarians on him. The Asari is the Banshee, which looks absolutely terrifying. When I saw the Banshee, I was like, that thing looks scary. And Mac Walters and a bunch of other Bioware people have been tweeting about the Banshee and how they come in contact with the Banshee when they're playing the game. And they said that it just has this scream that sends chills up their spine. So the Brutes are a mix of two prominent races, and they're saying that it's the Krogan and something else. They're not they haven't actually confirmed what other race is the Brute. And then there's the Marauder and the Ravager. I don't know what these are, but they have the names, but they don't say what race it is. So far, we've seen pictures of the cannibals, the Banshee, and the Turian husk. I don't know what the name of the Turian husk is. For some reason, I'm thinking it's probably the Marauder. I don't know. There's different types of Cerberus troops. There's the Troopers, the Centurions, the Phantoms, the Guardians. The Guardians are the ones that carry the shields. Combat Engineers, Nemesis, and the Atlas Mech. So like I said, Thane will be back. He's only a temporary companion though. But it says that we could rest assured because we will feel content with his inclusion. Hanar scientists are working for a cure for the Kepler syndrome, the illness that Thane is suffering from. They're working on a cure. The new moves for Shepard include the roll, the partial lean from cover. And with this partial lean, you could shoot from the hip, which is not as accurate, but it's safe. You could jump gaps. You could climb ladders. You could reload while aiming out of cover. Shepard doesn't get tired anymore while sprinting. You could toggle your helmet in the options. You could say always on, always off, or off only during conversations, so cinematics. You can now toggle cloak. Cloak was an infiltrator move. When you used cloak, you couldn't turn it off. You just use cloak, and then until it went away, that was it. But you could now toggle it. You could use cloak and then just move from one place to another and then turn it off, and it saves reloading time. The collector's edition comes with a dog that you can interact with and follows you. And there's a storyline behind this. They say the Joker and Edie romance is being looked at, as well as the Joker and Shepard romance. Carnage is a returning power. Carnage was from Mass Effect 1, but this time it works for all weapons. It adds almost 3 times damage. James Vega will be able to use this ability. The collector monsters, the Protarians, the Scions, the Abominations, they will not be returning, thank God. Cerberus will be fully indoctrinated in Mass Effect 3. Some people still think that Cerberus and the Elusive Man are going to be on your side in Mass Effect 3. They're not. They're complete enemies, and you won't be able to side with them. So Bioware already said this. Cerberus is indoctrinated, and they're enemies. There will be mini games. Party members may get or will be indoctrinated. You could fail to save Earth, and you could fail to destroy the Reapers. Grenades are returning, and so are proximity mines. The game supports Connect, but it's not necessary. It works for the conversation system and the squad commands. And the way that it works for the conversation system is you've got the conversation wheel down here, and you know how they always have like a paraphrase of what Shepard's going to say, like a few words. You say those few words. You say, I should go, and then Shepard goes. So you just say those little, and then he says whatever is under that choice. But you don't need it. If you don't have a Connect, it's the same as always. Legion has a larger role. Your Spectre status depends on what happened in Mass Effect 2 with the whole in the beginning with Anderson and the council and all that. Depends on that. Mining will return, but it's slightly different. The game will be darker in feeling. It's darker. But there will be a good amount of humor in it. There will be love triangles. There's possibly only one new romance option for male and female. Most love interests are old flings. Some love interests will be gay or bi. Not all romances are limited to squad members. There will be love interest intros for new players and resolutions for previous romances. Mass Effect 3 has a higher replayability than Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3 will end the Shepard storyline. There are multiple endings. There will be downloadable content after Mass Effect 3. The planets that we're going to be visiting are Earth, Palaven, which is the Turian home planet, Surkesh, the Solarian home planet, Mars, which is where we found a lot of Prothean stuff, Ranok, which is the Quarian home planet, and Thessia, which is the Asari home planet. And we're going to be returning to Ilium, Tuchanka, and the Citadel. The Quarians will be trying to take back their home planet, Ranok, and the conflict between the Geth and the Quarian will be resolved. The Geth will listen to you depending on what you did in Mass Effect 2. You will be able to loot more in Mass Effect 3, but some enemies have built-in weapons that you can't take. Classes will get new powers. Specific tracks from the soundtrack from Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 will be returning. The Protheans will play a role in Mass Effect 3. There will be more of the Yag, or the Yag. I think it's Yag, or Yag. It's the Shadow Brokers, the previous Shadow Brokers race. There will be no more mission complete screen like in Mass Effect 2. The XP system goes back to Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 3 will have a smaller squad than in Mass Effect 2. And smaller squad means more squad banter. You can't be triumphant in the main mission if you don't do the side quests. So it would be, you shouldn't, if you don't plan on doing the side quests, don't play this game. The fate of some squad mates is out of your hands. There may be time sensitive missions. Again, there will be Dr. Pepper DLC codes for Mass Effect 3, like they did for Mass Effect 2. Shepard's pre-service history will have consequences. The Normandy can do airstrikes from time to time. EDI has a bigger role and has gone through some changes that I can't wait to see what that means. I kind of have an idea, but that would be so awesome if they did what I'm thinking. We will be seeing a different side to Shepard. Skill trees are larger. The Rachni are returning, but some are going to be against you because they're going to be indoctrinated. So it's most likely that some are going to be against you and some probably will be helping you, depending on what you did in Mass Effect 1. You will be able to punch the reporter again. If you're an engineer, you could build turrets. Mass Effect 3 will make you cry. That's pretty much it for the single player. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more information out there that I probably forgot to mention or missed, or it's part of the leaked information. Now let's talk about the co-op or the multiplayer. Apps for smartphones and tablets can increase your galactic readiness level. I don't know what I think about that. I really don't like that idea. That's kind of stupid. You can name your character. You could play, it's a 4-player co-op, but you could play with less than 4 players. You could play co-op by yourself, but it's going to be very hard. There's multiplayer specific achievements. Social games such as Google Plus and Facebook will increase your readiness level, so they're planning on doing social games. Again, I don't like that idea. That's just, it's starting to become something else. I really don't like that they're doing this, but whatever. I kind of hope if they were going to put in a multiplayer and the whole readiness thing, I mean, just keep it with the game and don't have it with apps and freaking whatever. There's no player versus player mode. Casey Hudson says that for a believable story, it would make no sense. There are 3 difficulties: bronze, silver, and gold. Both main and side missions exist. Side missions have time limits.